All right, everybody. Thank you for waiting, all you guys. Hello. So, yeah, thank you for waiting. I tend to put up the beginning of the live stream about a half hour early, just so the message will go out. Everyone knows, hey, it's coming. Come in from your time at the beach or whatever and get ready to meditate. Come in from hay baling or digging ditches or repairing V8 engines or whatever most of you are up to. Wipe the grease off your hands and get ready to sit. Okay. So yeah, I just got done with my retreat. And that was great. I got to spend some extra time meditating, which is always fabulous. If you have a chance to do a retreat, a half day, 1 day, 4 days, 7 days, a month, 3 months, a year, whatever you can do, build up to a time that feels good for you. And I really recommend that you go on a retreat. It's very good for getting your meditation practice really not only stabilized, but make a lot of progress in your practice. So I am back, tanned, rested, and ready to guide you guys and gals and other types of beings in meditation. So let's do it. Are you ready? Let's go. So as usual, what I want you to do is begin by taking your seat. And when we take our seat in this kind of meditation, we want to take our seat like a bodhisattva. So I want you to set up your posture very carefully. You're not some slouching, schlub somewhere in the middle of nowhere. You are a bodhisattva. And when bodhisattva takes their seat, it's like a mountain, right? It's like a lion on a throne. It is like a elegant and noble and auspicious and what's the word? Elegant, noble, auspicious, and very powerful moment, right? So sit, take your posture, get your, either you're sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the floor or your legs are crossed. Your lower back is curving in, right? So that it's not, you're not slumping like this. Rather, your lower back is curved in, makes your back go straight up. So your lower back is curved, your back is straight up. The top of your head is being pulled up towards the ceiling. Doesn't that feel good? Nice upright spine, everything in alignment. Face is relaxed, chin is tucked, not all the way down, but just a little tiny bit. We don't want it jutting out or sticking up. We want our chin tucked just a little bit. And then everything else is just in repose. So you've got this uprightness, and then you've got the repose. And this is the kind of noble, elegant, dignified, that's the word I was looking for, powerful posture of a Buddha, posture of a bodhisattva. This is how we want to sit. And now from this posture, feeling that sense of sitting like a mountain, both with tremendous uprightness in the middle and tremendous repose, tremendous relaxation everywhere else. Our hands in a mudra like this, right? From there, I want you to set your intention for the meditation. This is crucial. Always do this when you sit on your own. Don't just plop down and start sitting with no preamble. You want to take your seat like a Buddha, like a bodhisattva, And then you want to set your intention. So set your intention. Why are you meditating? Good. And then what I want you to do is either as an imaginary exercise or as an actual like invocation, I want you to bring before you in your mind's eye uh, any beings of any sort that you feel either inspired by, or if it's more less imaginary and more in your sense of kind of like reality. So either inspired by or even guided and protected by, bring forth in your imagination such beings and ask them to help you with your meditation, to inspire you in your meditation, to protect you in your meditation, meaning protect your mind, make it easier to meditate, and to, in fact, implant within your mind that Buddha vision, right? That ability to just sit like a bodhisattva, to sit like a Buddha. So either you're doing this as an inspiration or as an invocation. Either way, it's all the same to me. But go ahead and do that now. Good. Wonderful. Okay. Now from here, let's begin doing our shamatha with an object. So we're going to start doing focused concentration. Almost every week we do this via the breath. And if the breath is the easy way for you to get focused, then do that now. But as you know, every once in a while, I like you to do it. I like to offer a different kind of concentration for people whose minds function in another way. For many people, the breath is a great focus object. For other people, other things are great focus objects. As you know, often the alternative focus object I use is like a visualization of a diamond. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Again, do the breath meditation if that works better for you. Otherwise, I want you to picture in your mind a kind of an ice blue circle. Bring that up in your mind's eye. That's in your imagination. And then just hold it there. And if you can, I want you to notice that this ice blue circle is transparent. It's like made of diamond. And it is three-dimensional. It's a sphere, not just a circle. And it's faceted. It's got triangular facets all over it, hundreds of them. Beautiful polished facets that are glittering. They're glittering with this ice blue, sort of white blue light. Now that's the visualization. I want you to bring that up and see that three-dimensional diamond continuously in your mind's eye. And each time it slips away, you bring it up again. Now, what's wonderful about this is if you're able to bring it up, then as long as you've got it in place, you are concentrating. The minute it drops away, you notice you've lost the concentration, so you bring it back. So in a way, having that visualization present is your immediate feedback, whether you're concentrated or not. So bring up that visualization, For those who are able to do it, not only the three-dimensional, beautiful, faceted, gleaming, spherical diamond, but you can actually slowly rotate it, just have it rotating and gleaming. Very important that it's utterly lovely. It's incredibly beautiful. It feels inspiring, and you're just captivated by how it looks. Again, if visualizations are too hard for you, then just do shamatha on the breath sensation. Either one is fine. Let's do this for a while now. Again, each time you lose the visualization, just bring it back. And in order to go deeper and get even more focused, start noticing more and more details. Make the visualization clearer, sharper, brighter, but most importantly, more continuous. You're never losing it, you're never dropping it. For some people, this is a very quick way to get very concentrated. So if you can do it, I recommend it. Again, once you've got it continuous, then what you want to do is turn up the resolution, make it high def. So it's incredibly clear, incredibly crisp, beautiful, lovely, and perhaps even slowly rotating. Now see that diamond filling with light, filling with bright light, filling with bright light. The diamond becomes almost like sun-like. It's beaming with light. It's both a clear blue crystal, but also of diamond, but also radiant with light, and place it on top of your head. See it on top of your head, radiating this diamond light in all directions. A diamond light of complete clarity, deep, abiding Buddha wisdom, tremendous compassion and love, and unshakable confidence. And this bright, brilliant diamond light is just radiating this in all directions from the top of your head. Good. Now let go of the visualization. And what I want you to do is simply drop into spaciousness. Just notice the spaciousness of awareness. We're not visualizing anything anymore. We're not visualizing spaciousness. Now we are done with all that doing, and we're just resting as spacious awareness, not engaging with anything at all, just spacious awareness, aware of its own spacious awarenessness. If thoughts come up, we're not engaging them. Body sensations come up, we're not engaging it. Feelings come up of emotion, we're not engaging it. External sights and sounds, we're not engaging it. We're simply resting in vast, spacious awareness. Sometimes people say, it's not infinite, but notice I'm not saying infinite, I'm just saying vast, boundless. You don't know where it ends. It's just without boundaries. It's vast. And it's awake, it's aware. So let's sit with that for a few minutes, not engaging with anything. Resting in vast, spacious awareness. And notice what a relief it is to feel this space, to be this spacious. It's the opposite of that feeling of being like locked in a box. There's no boundaries in any direction. It's total openness. And in all directions, it's awake. Okay, good. Now, I would also like you to notice stillness, that this vast, spacious awareness is tremendously still. And again, because we're not engaging with content, we're not engaging with thought or emotion or anything else, all that can be moving, but we're not engaging with it. So all we're noticing is the stillness of awareness, the fact that the awareness is like a mountain, it's immovable, it is perfectly stable. So notice this stillness. So it's vast awakeness, vast awareness, and also vast motionlessness, vast stillness that can never be disturbed. Stillness is perfectly restful. Remember, we're not imagining boundaryless space and we're not imagining stillness. These are available in awareness, they are the properties of awareness. If you're imagining it, that's just more content. Okay, good. Now, together with this vast, spacious awareness and this tremendous stillness, I want you to notice the silence. So, even though there may be internal talk happening, even though there may be external sound happening, awareness itself is perfectly silent. And awareness can just not engage with mental talk sound or with external sound and simply notice perfect silence in itself. So we've got vast space, we've got stillness, and now we're adding to that silence, all of which is tremendously awake, aware, bright. This is not some kind of sleepy, silent stillness. This is very, very awake, silent, still vastness. And just feel that now. Feel the vastness, the stillness, and notice the silence that's available. So we've got vastness, stillness, silence. And now I want you to notice the timelessness aspect. This is very easy to do. Just as you're noticing, as awareness is noticing, vast, still silence, just briefly ask yourself, how long has this been here? And the answer will be something like, that's an impossible question, or that makes no sense, or the only other possible answer is something like forever. And that's noticing the timeless quality, that this vast, silent stillness is also timeless. It's been there forever. And I want you to notice that even though this is very awake, this is very alert, that there's a way that your being rests in this vast, silent, timeless stillness. It's a relief, it's a rest. You can stay here and notice that it's healing to your being, that it's a relief and a release and a letting go. But again, we're not focusing on any of the stuff that's any of the content. Just stay with the vast, silent, timeless stillness of awareness itself. It feels so good and so restful. Good. Now, I want you to notice in this vast, silent, timeless stillness that the awareness itself is just happening. You're not doing anything to make awareness happen. Awareness was already there before you did anything. And so we can call this aspect spontaneous. If we were speaking Sanskrit, we'd call it sahaja or sahaj, which means self-born, but meaning there's nothing you're doing to make it happen. It's just there. You can't make awareness more aware. It's already awake. It's already aware. And in that sense, it's spontaneous. So notice this vast, still, silent, timeless awareness that is spontaneous. You're not doing anything. We could also say it's effortless. There's no effort involved in this awareness. Any effort happens inside of awareness, meaning your awareness is aware of effort, so it's already there before the effort. There's nothing you can do to make it happen. It's spontaneous, it's effortless. Allow awareness to notice that about itself now. Good. Now we're going to switch to doing Vipassana. So just notice whatever's been interrupting this vast, spacious, silent, spontaneous, timeless stillness. And just notice that for a moment. And then notice that it just dissolves back without any effort. It just dissolves back into the silent stillness of awareness space. It might arise again, but what does it arise out of and within? Whatever this interruption is, we can call it an interruption. Whatever this content is, a thought, a feeling, whatever. Notice that it's arising in awareness because awareness is aware of it. And then it's dissolving back into awareness and it's gone. And then it might arise again and then it's gone again. But notice that it comes from awareness. Awareness is aware of it the entire time, and then it just dissolves back into awareness. It dissolves like a snowflake landing on an ocean of black water. Just dissolves back into awareness. And that the awareness itself, the vast, silent, spontaneous, timeless stillness of awareness, is never disturbed. This arising of this thought or feeling or whatever, and the passing away, the dissolving of it, never bothers or ruffles or makes a wave or a wrinkle in awareness itself. The stillness remains still, the silence remains silent. So now notice this happening. Allow awareness to notice this with thought or with feeling, whatever's there for you. That as these waves arise and pass, they don't actually disturb this bright, clear, still, silent, spacious, spontaneous, effortless awareness in any way. They can keep arising and passing. That's fine. They don't disturb anything. Allow awareness to notice that now. Good. Now notice the arising of anything that feels like you, your thoughts, your feelings, your body sensations. But notice this arising called you is happening inside awareness. The thoughts called you are just arising and passing within this vast, silent, still awareness. The emotions of being you right now are just arising and passing within this vast, silent, still awareness. Even the body sensations associated with being you are simply arising and passing within this vast, still, spontaneous, effortless awareness. The thing you've been calling you is just an appearance in awareness. It appears and it disappears. It appears and it disappears. And awareness itself never changes. It's never disturbed by that. It doesn't become more aware or less aware. There's no ripple or disturbance of any kind in awareness by the arising or the fading away of these sensations of you-ness. Good. Now ask yourself if awareness is aware of the thoughts and the emotions and the feelings of self arising right now, Who is meditating on what? Are you the thoughts and feelings that are somehow meditating on awareness itself? No. Obviously, awareness itself is noticing the thoughts and feelings and body sensations. And awareness itself is vast, timeless stillness that is spontaneously present and effortless. Awareness itself is doing the quote meditating, and it doesn't need any help to do this. It's already perfectly aware. So, from this place of awareness, continue to notice that thoughts arise and pass away, but the awareness remains. Emotions arise and pass away, but the awareness remains. Body sensations arise and change and pass away, but awareness remains. It is awareness itself, vast, silent stillness, timeless, effortless awareness. That is simply noticing. That is aware of itself and aware of arising and passing phenomena now. It's all that's happening. So, the thing that you've been calling you all this time is just some thoughts and feelings and sensations arising and passing in awareness. But clearly, The awareness is always there. The awareness is aware. It's aware of the thoughts. It's aware of the feelings. It's aware of the emotions. And the thoughts and feelings and emotions aren't making the awareness happen. It's already there. It's spontaneous. It's effortless. So you've been calling yourself these transient thoughts and feelings that are just rippling through awareness. But if there's a real you, it's the awareness. The awareness which does nothing at all and yet accomplishes everything. The awareness which never moves but accomplishes all motion. The awareness that makes no effort and yet completes everything. The awareness which is completely unruffled, undisturbed, still, silent, wakefulness. Rest in that now, your ground of being. Letting go of all content, not thinking about it, not engaging with thought about it, simply resting as it, aware of itself without any effort. Now, in just a moment, we'll end this meditation session, but notice the meditation session only ends in the sense of your thoughts change and your emotions change and your body sensations change and the external sights and sounds change. But nothing at all changes for awareness itself. The spacious, timeless stillness is still there. The silent, spontaneous, effortless awareness still there. It's just the show that's going on inside the awareness that changes. So, in one way, everything changes. In another way, when we end the meditation, nothing changes at all in terms of this awake awareness itself. So, with that, let's end the meditation. Feel free to move and stretch. Take a drink of water or whatever, and just make your body comfy. So it's not that you are in the world, but that the world is in you. It's not that you are somehow projecting awareness, it's that you are a projection inside of awareness itself. Notice what's noticed. Once we notice this, we notice it directly, this is a kind of awakening. But awakening is not the end of anything, it's the beginning, because we then need to notice this more and more deeply, more and more completely, more and more often, with more and more stability over time, right? We want to rest as awareness more and more. And then we can begin working on cleaning up our psychology. So noticing this is just the beginning. So the unmanifest is typing a treatise here. Let's see what the unmanifest has to say. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that you do refer to yourself as an enlightened being or an arhat or a Buddha. No, I sure don't. There's a big difference between awakening, as I was just describing, there's a big difference between awakening and enlightenment. There's a big difference between being aware of one's identity as awareness itself, and which is, awake awareness that's stabilized, either most of the time or all the time, or easily available. It's a big difference between that and also having all your deep psychological stuff all the way worked out, all the way to the bottom of your unconscious mind. And if we use the traditional definitions, even all the issues of past lives and so on. But the idea is there's awakening and there's then stabilized awake awareness. But then beyond that, to actually qualify as enlightened, you have to have all your psychological issues worked out. That cleaning out process needs to be complete. And so, certainly, are we still there? Certainly, I would never say that I am a fully enlightened being, because that is just not the case. So that's the answer to your question. Please text me if in the chat window if you can still see and hear me. Because I'm getting a message that my connection is unstable. So if there's a problem with the connection right now, let me know. So other questions or comments? Usually I kind of talk for a while here, but it seems like questions are arising. So let's go with more questions and comments. Sanath is talking about four immeasurables. Maybe, yeah, there's interesting lists like that. I'm not using that particular list right now, but I see what you're saying. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys. It's all still coming through well. That's very, very good. Yeah, I'm getting the your connection is unstable message, so that's always concerning. Uh, Thomas Beckett, does this vast spacious awareness go back into the depths of time? Could one describe it as primitive or feral? I wouldn't call it primitive or feral, and I wouldn't say it goes back into the depths of time. I would say time exists inside it, so that the vast spacious awareness is timeless, right? When we look at its time property, it makes no sense to ask that question, right? Thoughts and feelings, uh, body sensations, events come and go in time, but vast spacious awareness does not come and go in time. So we don't really say it goes back into the depths of time, we just say it is timeless. David asks, when you say I am inside consciousness, which I didn't say, I said you're inside awareness, and I didn't say it was you, but anyway, do you mean that as a description of the real universe or as a description of my experience of it? Well, that's like a metaphysical question, and if you have been coming to these YouTube meditations, you'll notice I don't answer metaphysical questions. I dodge them because metaphysical questions, in order for me to answer them, I have to pretend that I have special knowledge of the way the universe works, which I don't. But I can still answer your question a little bit, and I would say, I don't know about it being a description of the real, in quotes, universe. That's the metaphysical part. But the other part, a description of your experience of it, yes, it's definitely that. From the viewpoint of the experience of awareness, that all experience is, quote, still kind of a funny way to put it, but quote, inside awareness. Exactly. So I can land very solidly on that second part, the experience of it. Whereas description of the quote, real universe, I'll just say, who knows? Could be. Traditionally, that's how it would be described, that's even the truth of the universe. I'll just say, I don't know. Let me know if you find out. Sam asks, every once in a while, Michael silently stares at the screen, trying to figure out if it's lagged. Nice. Ramit asks, how can he distinguish between the infinite space or infinite consciousness jhanas and vast spacious awareness? It's pretty simple, Ramit. Jhanas have jhana factors. So remember, when you're doing the jhana of infinite space or infinite consciousness, and just for the record, those are only called jhanas in later texts like the Visuddhimagga. In earlier texts, those are not called jhanas. Those are called arupa ayatanas, formless realms, not formless jhanas. I think that's interesting. But anyway, these infinite space and infinite consciousness jhanas have jhana factors, right? There needs to be, for example, single pointedness. There needs to be, there's a whole list of the jhanic factors that come along with those jhanas. And so jhanas are a special state, a special concentrated state. Whereas, as I keep saying, this infinite conscious awareness that we're accessing here is not a special state. Nothing changes when we stop meditating. In terms of the vast spacious awareness, it's still vast and spacious. Whereas when you're done with your jhana, all the jhana factors are gone. I mean, they might still arise a little bit because of the momentum of the jhana, but what I'm saying is that's a special state that comes and goes in time. Whereas this vast spacious awareness that we're working with is always there. So it's a big difference. On the other hand, if you're working with jhanas of time and awareness, jhana 5 and 6, it really does help to do this meditation, of course. But you've got to understand that it's a different viewpoint. It's a different viewpoint, okay? Really important distinction. Sanat asks, do you have any tips on more easily recognizing that awareness is simply aware of itself? I guess that even the content arising is just the stuff of awareness. That's right. And so easily recognizing, awareness doesn't need any help being more aware. So the only thing that gets in the way is if you get embroiled in thought and feeling, imagining that's really you again, you're going to collapse down inside it and spin. And so that's why we do, concentration meditation at the beginning, just to calm that spinning down enough that we more easily recognize awareness aware of itself. It just kind of declouds the sky, so to speak. So that's all we easily recognize by simply, if you're caught up right now, just do what it takes to kind of calm that down a bit, and then awareness will just recognize itself. Micah asks, I'm interested in the spontaneous presence you referred to and want to cultivate more of this in both my meditation and engage practice in interpersonal communication. So, Micah, I never used the word spontaneous presence. I said spontaneous awareness. And I also said that it's always there, that there's nothing you can do to cultivate it. It's uncultivatable because the person who's trying to cultivate it is an epiphenomena. It's foam arising in the sea of awareness. So the whole idea that you're going to somehow cultivate it is backwards. To put it in a funny way, awareness cultivates you. So all you can do is recognize that you are the awareness itself, and that Micah is just some stuff that comes and goes in awareness. That's how we do it, right? It's a completely different way of looking at meditation. Okay, so keep coming back, keep asking questions, and it will become clear. Danny, I had a sense tonight of awareness not being a noun, but much more of a verb. It was just happening. Yes, it's just happening. It's spontaneous and effortless. It's always there and it's always aware. Robin, when you're looking for a you, is the answer the space that all is arising? Or is the you we are looking for something else? I always find this instruction confusing. Allow it to be confusing, Robin. Because when you're confused, your thinking mind is locking up. And that's good because the answer is outside the thinking mind. What's aware of the question? Okay. Mauricio Sugiyama. Yama is a mountain. What's Sugi? I have to look that up. Mauricio Sugiyama. I used to live in Japan. I think I can access a thoughtless space, which we never said, which is kind of calm, but I don't feel it as vast space. I still have this feeling that I'm inside my head. Am I missing something? Yes. You're missing the sense that the understanding that what's feeling the head, what's noticing a feeling of inside the head. That thing that's noticing that is awareness, and that awareness is both inside and outside the head. So you're imagining you're in your head. So once you notice that that's a mental image of a location, the whole thing just unravels and dissolves. Okay, and again, that's might be weird or hard to understand, but just keep noticing that the sense that you're in your head is arising in imagination, and imagination is in awareness. So the whole thing, the imagination and the head and the feeling of a head and all that is inside awareness. And awareness is vast. It has no limits. Michael asks or says that he had a puppy barking downstairs the whole meditation, which made for interesting arising and passing. Yes. Notice that nothing bothers awareness itself. Hi, Michael. Is awareness also consciousness? Asked Dada. I don't know. I mean, these are just words. Some people, you can look up awareness and consciousness as separate English words, and you'll see that people have a hard time defining them. Sometimes they say they're the same thing. Sometimes they say they're a different thing. I would use them, and this is just me. This is not the truth of the universe. I would use them as the same word. Michael asks, do you have a quality of the awareness you find is easily accessible for short meditation bursts? Any quality that normally works for students? Yeah, it's a good question. How do we use this for practice in life, or can you drop into this immediately? And of course, remember what I keep saying is nothing changes with awareness when you start meditating or stop meditating. So it's always available, right? You don't have to be in a special state. So what I want you to notice is which part of this meditation that we did, resting in this vast, silent, still, awake, spontaneous, timeless, effortless awareness that's always present, which part of that was easiest to just be with? And I didn't say it was easy but easiest. What's the most accessible part of that for you? That's your doorway, right? That's your doorway. That's your doorway. And so connect with the part that's easiest. For some people, it's stillness. They close their eyes and they meditate, and that stillness is just there. So connect with the stillness and then start noticing these other qualities. It's also silent, it's also vast, or we could say boundless or boundaryless. You use a doorway and then you start opening up to it more and more. For some people, the doorway is timelessness. Timelessness it sounds confusing. It sounds like it's supposed to be this trippy, I'm seeing the dinosaurs and future space stations all at once or something. It's nothing like that. It's not trippy at all. It's just that vast, silent stillness of spacious awareness. Nothing's happening there. There's no time there. It's just outside time. And for some people, that's a really confusing thing, and they try to wrap their mind around it. Never try to wrap your mind around it. That won't help. If it's easy for you, if it's not a difficult thing to notice, instead of the stillness, notice the timelessness, right? Tanya really connected to the stillness tonight. Yeah, right? It's great. Stillness is great. So whatever's your doorway, notice that, and over time it will drop you deeper and deeper into, again, this thing that's always present. And that's why I'm giving so many properties of it. It's vast and spacious. It's aware, of course. It's still, it's silent, it's unruffled, it's motionless like a mountain, it is timeless, it is spontaneous. There's nothing you do to make it more there. It's always there. It's always already there. It's effortless. Again, it can never be made somehow. It's not, you're not doing it, so it's effortless. All those properties, just find one of those that really resonates and drop into it. Thomas is asking if timelessness is congruent to nowness. Notice nowness is a thing that happens between the past and the future. So nowness has a time component. This is timeless, right? So I would say it's sort of like nowness. Use the word congruent. So I'll say, sure, it's sort of like that, but it's not even now. It's just there. Okay. So great. I love the questions. Thank you for asking so much cool stuff tonight. I know I skipped by a bunch of them, but we've got limited time here. And I can't answer all of them in the amount of time available. So if you want more answers to the questions, you can put them in the comment section after we're done here. Instead of the chat section, put them in the comments, or come on the Discord. Pranab, if you can toss a Discord link in there, that'd be great. Come and hang out on the Discord channel. There's hundreds and hundreds of people in there. A lot of them are talking about totally different stuff than this. But the things when I'm giving replies in there, we're on track with the kind of meditation we're doing here. So come on to the Discord channel and, ask away. That'd be great. I'd love to see you there. And also we have a place in the Discord where you can find practice partners, people in your part of the world or people in any part of the world who you want to talk to about your meditation practice. So I find that having a practice partner or partners, meditation buddies or whatever that I connect with, really, really helpful. So you can do that in when the world reopens. You can do it in person in wherever you're at, or you can always do it via audio or video on the internet. And it's a really, really good thing to do. So I really encourage you to do that. And then we'll just switch gears. And I will say that these meditations are brought to you by myself and San Francisco Dharma Collective. And it's part of my, what I would call Sankalpa. It's part of my Sankalpa, which means my sort of like vision, my vow to bring these to you for free, right? There's about 100 videos on here of me teaching for free, and I'll just keep putting them out. As long as people show up, I'll put them out forever, right? That's my Sankalpa. They're free for you to learn meditation, to awaken, to deepen and stabilize your awakening, and to start growing towards expressing your full Buddhahood. That's free for you as long as YouTube exists. And if it doesn't exist, I'll try to download them and put them up somewhere else, right? So this is my joy, this is my vows to put this out to you. And San Francisco Dharma Collective also wants to put these out for free. So together we put these out for free. However, if you would like to help us to do this, if you'd like to donate to help San Francisco Dharma Collective keep chugging along, to help me keep chugging along so I can offer these for free to the world, it'd be really great. We would definitely deeply appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts if you were to make such a donation. So if you want to enjoy these for free, that's great. And please share it with other people, right? Share it with your friends. And if, on the other hand, you're feeling generous and you'd like to donate to help keep this going, then please donate. And Pranab is putting the donation links there in the chat window. Okay. So normally we end there, but I'd like to say a couple things. Remember, there's a lot of cool people teaching at San Francisco Dharma Collective. Eric Davis is teaching Psychedelic Sangha. That guy is a genius, and I would, whatever he's teaching, show up and be with that. That's Psychedelic Sangha. In a couple Saturdays from now, we'll be doing Death Sangha, which is my meditation, awareness, death cult meditation. Please show up for that. But that's a special event. That's not live on YouTube because it's too intense to just put out to the world. You have to sign up for that one so that we can make sure that you are okay with being there. There's other events. There's Tucker Peck, an amazing meditation teacher and great guy. There's Chandra Easton, amazing human being who, just teaches from the deepest understanding of Dzogchen and Vajrayana. There's Eve Ekman. There's Michael Owens. There's Ms. Keeley. There's all these amazing, amazing teachers. So SF Dharma Collective has really put together a wonderful smorgasbord, a beautiful palette of amazing Dharma teachers for you to partake of. And that's all just out there for free every week, all week long on the internet. So if you'd like to support that work, please donate to SFDC. And if you want to partake, as Pranab is putting in the chat window, check out the events calendar. It's amazing. I can't get over how SFDC has just thrived and thrived and thrived over the years. There's just so many great teachers. So with that, we have reached the end, but you know what? We've got 4 minutes left. So here's what I want you to do. If you're still here, lots of people have left, but those of us who are still here, the secret inner group of the last 3 minutes, I want you to just right now drop back in. Let's meditate. Drop back in. Silent, spacious, vast, boundaryless, timeless, spontaneous, effortless. Awakeness. Notice it never went away. It's still there. Drop back in with me now. The awake awareness that is all of us is awake right now together. All right. Remember, when we end the meditation, nothing changes. So that awareness itself, that awake awareness itself, is always available, always right there. It's the thing having the experience. All right, you all. Much love. Thank you so much for joining me. It's so great to be here with you. I'll see you next week. I can't wait. All right. In the meantime, see you on the Discord. All right. Bye bye.